I'm here with Namisa, who's starring in the new Hadestown. This is actually the second tour that's coming through, and it's coming to South Bend at the Morris Performing Arts Center, and it's going to run starting December 19th and run through the 21st. And we're so excited to have you here today.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about Hadestown without giving too much away, what it's about and what people could expect when they go to the Morris Performing Arts Center?
Although it does mean or glean from Greek mythology, you don't need a PhD or need to understand Greek mythology because the themes of the show are themes that we can understand in all of humanity. It is about love, it is about hope, it is about loss, it's about trying. And essentially, that's what Hadestown is about. It's a mythical love story intertwining between two couples, the god and goddess of Hades and Persephone, and Orpheus and Eurydice, who are humans who fall in love. And both these couples represent a different kind of love, but at the root of it, the question is, what are they willing to do for it?
Right.
And that's all I'm going to give away.
There's definitely way more to it. I mean, the musical, the staging, all that goes into it.
Yes.
Not just the story. If you know the story, you're not seeing what's happening on that stage, how you're performing Persephone. Yes. And so with this character, do you get to add a lot of your own personal flair at each specific show, or how does that work?
Oh, 100%. I think it's one of my favorite things about the casting of Hadestown is that there are so many iterations and so many bodies and skin colors and heights. I mean, for context, Hades and I, Nick Cologne, who plays Hades, Nick Cologne is 6'3". I am 5 foot nothing. So there's all sorts of people, and I think the one thing about the way that they cast the show is that's what they look for. They look for people who bring themselves to the role. So I don't feel like I have to reach for people who've done it before to do it their way. It's all completely about, we want to tell, as a vessel, as the way that you are currently, how would you tell the story? How would you tell the story of Persephone? And that's the task, and I try to do that every time I'm on that stage.
That's amazing that you can be yourself on the stage, portray the role in a way you feel is best. And then I know that you've mentioned previously that Hadestown is keeping a pulse on humanity. Can you explain more what you mean by that?
I think theater is supposed to hold up a mirror to society. It's supposed to be a place in which it's not only for entertainment, which I also love. It's supposed to hold up a mirror to society to do a kind of a self-check of where we are in society. How are we with other folks? How inviting are we? How inclusive are we? How are we doing in those regards, in those social structures? I mean, a lot of Hadestown touches on a lot of things. It touches on climate change. How are we doing? How are we doing on climate change? How are we doing with workers and with immigrant workers? It begs us to ask these questions, and I think that's what the story does. I think that's what attracts a lot of people. It's also one of those stories that is communal. One of my favorite parts of the show is the very beginning and the very end. And the very beginning is sort of an invitation for audiences to tell the story alongside with us, because it's not only ours. It's for whoever's there, whoever's eyes are there. That story is as much theirs as it is ours.
Tying to the theme of community, you spoke about how there's a community on the stage, but I also saw that you mentioned wanting to get the audience involved in this community. Can you speak more to how the audience isn't just a passive watcher, but part of the performance?
First of all, I will say, this is very selfish of me to say as an actor, please interact with us. We love it when you do. I know that in traditional musicals, everyone must be quiet and clap at the appropriate time. If you feel something, tell us. As actors, we love it, specifically with this town. I wouldn't speak to any other show, but we love it. We love it when people are expressive. In the beginning of the show, what your question lends to is, in the beginning of the show, there's a moment where Hermes, who is essentially our storyteller / narrator / world builder, the homies that we have, every homies across the world does this thing where they turn to us and they say, all right. We reply however we want to reply. And then he turns to audience and says, all right. And the audience says the same thing. And it feels like it's such a small moment, but it's so effective in that it feels like we're all agreeing to the retelling of the story.
That's good to know for those specific moments that the audience is supposed to get involved. So Michiana, you hear that, make sure to be expressive, feel like you can be a part of the show too. And for people who do go to the Morris Performing Arts Center the weekend of December 19th through 21st, what is something that you hope that they take away from the performance?
I will say this and I will say this again. My biggest my wish is for people to feel something, um, to have had an experience of something. I think that we can't prescribe to people how they should feel, uh, but I do hope that they walk away having felt something.
Well, thanks for giving us that insider look there. This has been so amazing and so informative. I know our viewers will be really excited to see you on stage.
This has been phenomenal. Thank you so much for your time.
This has been fun. Thanks for all your time too. See ya.